Yum, 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 yum. Son, I think it's time for you to learn about the effects of manipulative marketing on consumer behavior in the digital consumer landscape that we now live in. In today's rapidly evolving consumer landscape, factors like digital transformation, the rise of social commerce, and shifting demographics reshape how brands engage with individuals. For example, more and more Gen Z nowadays tend to seek social connections through digital platforms, where they form communities and gain emotional contact to fulfill their love and belonging and self-esteem needs. This pushes the adoption of digital platforms that integrate shopping with social interactions. Also, the rapid information processing and preference for instant and visually driven content of the younger consumer groups drive marketers to create targeted, visually appealing, and relatable content, such as short-form videos and bold-colored ads, eventually leading to the rise of manipulative marketing. Unlike ethical marketing, which mainly relies on providing factual information to inform rational decision-making, this type of marketing often prioritizes profit over ethics by using tactics such as emotional exploitation, omission of truth, and psychological triggers to sway consumers. Emotional exploitation is one of the most common manipulative strategies used in advertisements. It makes use of Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory, which states that human needs can be arranged in a hierarchy, with physiological and safety needs at the bottom, followed by the psychological needs of love and belonging, self-esteem, and self-actualization needs that become more important once lower needs are met. For example, some marketers position brands as friends to allow consumers to feel like they have relationships with the products, or use visuals, colors, and music to trigger emotions like insecurity or urgency, such as weight loss or hair loss prevention advertisements using dramatic before and after imagery to exploit the fear of inadequacy. Marketers also often link products and targeted social classes to portray certain lifestyles and values as desirable, encouraging individuals to conform to the dominant ideology by purchasing the products. Most commonly, luxury brand advertisements promote values like wealth and exclusivity that encourage consumers to purchase status symbols through luxury designer bags or accessories. Celebrities and influencers amplify this cultural hegemony by leveraging their popularity to acquire attention and model desirable behaviors, encouraging imitation among consumers. They do so by building one-sided relationships with audiences through self-branding, targeting consumers with higher needs to belong, as these consumers tend to seek celebrity-endorsed brands to fulfill their affiliation needs. The prospect theory from behavioral economics contemplates cultural hegemony to manipulate consumers into making purchases. It proposes that consumers compare a brand's actual price with their mental reference prices. If higher actual prices coded as losses and lower prices as gains, influencing their choices. Marketers could make use of this bias by keeping a relatively high reference price in the minds of consumers. While some brands link themselves with certain values and encourage consumers to conform to them by purchasing the products, doing so also creates a high-end image for the brand's products, which will be associated with a higher reference price. Thus, when the actual price is lower than this reference price in the minds of consumers, they will be more tempted to purchase the product. A survey was conducted by a student from the University of Hong Kong, which targeted Hong Kong consumers aged 18 to 65 years old to identify their perceptions and attitudes towards different elements used in advertising, specifically emotional appeals, celebrity endorsements, and user-generated content. A total of 65 participants completed the survey. Interviews were then conducted consisting of 10 open-ended questions which relate to specific instances of manipulative advertising and the influence of these experiences on the purchase decisions and trust. The survey results show that manipulative tactics including scarcity, emotional appeals, celebrity endorsements, and visual aesthetics all significantly drive product interest. 5 out of 6 interviewees reinforced this, noting emotional ads foster brand engagement better than factual ads. This highlights why marketers prioritize manipulation instead of using a more rational base for their practices. Contradictions in consumer behavior were found in the research, which revealed complex decision-making. While 86.4% find it important to support brands that align with their personal values, 50% have purchased celebrity-endorsed products. Many of them did so because they were captivated by celebrities' prestige, drawn to the aspirational lifestyles they showcase, or eager to imitate the benefits they appear to enjoy. This suggests that celebrities may reflect consumers' desired values, such as status, success, or social connection, which align with personal goals like achieving recognition or feeling part of a community. Celebrities can also shape consumers' values by using their popularity to promote behaviors that encourage imitation. This effect is stronger for those with a high need to belong, who seek social bonds and are sensitive to social signals, which recalls Maslow's love and belonging needs. Celebrities, as a symbol of social approval, give products meaning of belonging, creating ties between consumers and brands. This raises questions about whether celebrities truly reflect consumers' values or manipulate them to drive purchases, highlighting the need to differentiate personal beliefs and marketing influence. However, if we consider that it may also not be the case that celebrities represent consumer values, then the survey results might indicate that certain priorities or values could be overridden by other aspects of the advertisement for some people. To counter this, marketers should identify what consumers truly value and emphasize these priorities in their advertisements. These could be consumers' self-actualization needs or broader ethical principles that are generally agreed to be good for humanity, such as environmental responsibility. By presenting products that genuinely align with these values, brands can empower consumers to make choices that reflect their authentic preferences, reducing the influence of manipulative tactics. Another contradiction emerges when 28% state that they prefer factual ads, despite 91% valuing visual appeal, indicating mixed decision-making cues. Interviewees noted that most advertisements today prioritize appealing visuals but often neglect factual details about the products. This reflects that marketers put much focus on targeting consumers' preference for engaging in eye-catching visuals, but ignore the fact that there may also be desires for trustworthy information being presented in advertisements. Further research should be conducted on whether it is feasible to create advertisements that balance both of these aspects. However, it is worth noting that marketers' profit-driven goals complicate this shift, as transparency may risk sales for brands like McDonald's, whose products could pose health risks if fully disclosed. The question of whether marketers can balance profit motives with consumer demand for authenticity without compromising appeal highlights the conflict between persuasive tactics and ethical advertising, requiring creative approaches to promote informed decision-making. Scarcity tactics further drive impulsive purchasing, with 78.5% of respondents saying that they at least sometimes feel pressured by limited time offers. Most cite the fear of missing out as a key motivator, while others are drawn to discounts or believe that the item is scarce. It can be seen that by creating urgency, scarcity tactics exploit the psychological bias of people being more sensitive to losses than gains, encouraging impulsive actions over deliberate choices. Moreover, it was found that emotional appeal outperforms celebrity endorsements in driving impulsive purchases. As more respondents respond to emotive advertising strategies than to celebrity-endorsed products. Interviews reinforced this, with interviewees citing emotional appeal, visuals, and limited time discounts as key influences on impulsive buying. Specifically, humor's effectiveness stems from its universal appeal, entertaining all consumers without requiring familiarity with a celebrity who may seem distant or not relatable to people who don't know them. Especially in Hong Kong's fast-paced market, humor cuts through the sea of online information, capturing attention quickly. Despite the prevalence of manipulative strategies, there are still brands that use alternative influencing strategies and have proven success in driving consumer purchases. Examples include IKEA Hong Kong and Muji. Their social media posts only feature plain backgrounds, product names, dimensions, and prices. Unlike manipulative advertisements that use cultural hegemony to promote aspirational lifestyles, or manipulative tactics that exploit consumers' impulsivity. Although both manipulative marketing strategies and its alternatives drive sales, their impact on consumer behavior and the society are significantly different. Interviews reveal that experiences with deceptive ads have lasting effects, such as leading consumers to test products in-store instead of immediately online purchase, and rely more on user-generated content such as online reviews to verify claims before buying. Survey results also showed that consumers generally favor user-generated content over professional advertisements, as they provide consumers with real-life experiences, product validation, and authenticity that manipulative advertisements often lack. Manipulative tactics, while effective in driving immediate purchases and boosting short-term sales through exploiting biases, erode trust as consumers feel misled. These strategies also shape societal norms by promoting consumerism through cultural hegemony, fostering continuous dissatisfaction, which could include feelings of inadequacy from idealized body images, anxiety from scarcity tactics, or frustration from misleading claims. In contrast, other ethical marketing approaches, such as leveraging user-generated content for transparency, provide consumers a chance to process and compare product information, encouraging them to critically evaluate products before buying, fostering long-term loyalty, and aligning with ethical consumerism. To counter manipulative marketing, most survey respondents support stricter regulations, such as disclosing special effects and media literacy education. These measures would encourage informed choices without taking away marketing freedom. But in the end, the line between persuasion and manipulation is still unclear. It would require ongoing collaboration among policymakers, brands, and consumers to create an ethical market that prioritizes transparency and trust.